Well, good morning, everybody. This is Duke. I just took the shroud off, and there's what she looks like. She's not that bad of shape. I think I did mention the other day I found out this is a 2006. The magneto is rusted pretty bad, but the only thing you got to worry about is these magnets right here. Just got to clean them off real good. I'll take this coil off and clean it, and I'll pressure wash this off real good. Won't take but a minute to push it out the door and bring it back in. Did find one oil leak. It's leaking right underneath this, right on the edge here. The exhaust was loose. There's two bolts fits in the back here, and they were gone. I had to put them in. I had some from another engine, so no problem there. I'll take this off, clean it up real good, and remake a gasket. I got some high temp gasket paper. And I think when I do that, I'll go ahead and pull that carburetor off and clean it up too. Other than that, I should be able to start this next day or so after I get that fixed. I may just try to crank it before I pull the carburetor off, just to see what it's going to take. But when I get ready to push it outside and pressure wash it, I'll let you watch me strain. I'll catch you in a little bit. All right, I had to put you out here to get the sun out of your eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and I put the dipstick back in, the carburetor filter back on the cover. So I'm gonna go ahead and push out here, and I'm not gonna pressure wash. I'm just gonna squirt it down real good with some degreaser and wash it off. I'll use a brush to clean it a little bit too. Alright, there she goes. Alright, let's see, I'll set you right here. Maybe you'll be able to see. Alright, I took the fuel tank off, cleaned it real good. We got the brush over here. You know, yesterday I had to go to the doctor, which I forgot. I had to go and have colonoscopy, upper GI, up there where they check your stomach and your esophagus and everything. I've been having trouble with a lot of trouble with my stomach. I eat roll like candy. And the doctor put me on Prilosec, so I found out that they were causing people to have trouble with their kidneys, and I quit taking them. I think I was having trouble with mine, just starting to anyway. I'm not sure, but I mean, I got enough problems without adding to it. And I know a lot of this is unnecessary, but I just like a clean engine, I do. I don't like working on dirty engines. Never have, never will. And I'll clean it some more as I go. Because I know I ain't gonna get all this time. Especially this valve cover. It is cruddy. Man. And the cleaner it looks, the more I can get out of it. People down here in the south, they love their lawnmowers, especially when they got cruise control on them. Alright, then we'll spray it down real good, let it set for about 5 minutes, and then I'll rinse it off. Brush anything I might have forgotten. Now this here, it's called Awesome. We get it from the store. I don't know if you have it up there or not. It's called the dollar store. I don't know. Now we also got one down here called the Dollar Tree, but I don't know if they sell the same stuff or not. I've only been in there a couple of times, enough to know that I don't think I want to go back. We bought some awesome butterfly lights from them, and they worked good in the store. Got them home, it wouldn't work. So try to decide just to leave it alone. All right, we'll let that set for a few minutes, and then I'll rinse it off. I'll bring you back when I start rinsing it. I thought you might see what I'm using. I like to see. There's the name of it. It's called Awesome. Totally awesome. And it's home, business, auto, and RV, boat. I mean, you can clean everything from brake disc to pet stains. I've been using this. My neighbor told me about it. I always bought that expensive degreaser that didn't work half the time. And if you use this stuff full strength on a motor, and you spray it on there, brush it down, spray it again, and wait about 5 minutes, it'll clean 95% of the engine. And then, but I also found out sometimes if it's real bad, like dried and caked on there from years and years and years, if you wet the engine down, then spray it and let it set 5 minutes and brush it real good. And say wait another 5 minutes, then rinse it off. It does an even better job. Cheers. But anyway, yeah, I wasn't gonna tell anybody about my colonoscopy because I didn't really think anybody was really interested in hearing that. But I got lucky. I didn't find any polyps. I have hemorrhoids, but who don't? It's from sitting on my butt in the house too much. But anyway, and I'm overweight. They're wanting to have to take surgery. I've only got one, and it's about the size of my thumb, he said. So it's got to come out. He said it's just a blood vessel that's swelled up. And but they didn't find anything else wrong with me. But they checked my esophagus, and it's irritated. They said that all I could see was irritation. And I got to sleep with my bed on a 6 to 8 inch incline. It'll keep my gases down my stomach and not eat anything before I go to bed, which I don't. I don't eat anything or drink anything 2 hours before I go to bed. I find out you sleep a lot better. He won't put me on Zantac, and hell, Zantac is causing people they got chemical in it that could cause people to have cancer. And if I was to get cancer, I'd be the only one in my whole family that's ever gotten cancer. My dad died of a heart attack. We think Mom didn't have a or what do you call it? Can't remember the name of it, but anyway, she didn't have one done on him. Now my mother, she went in the hospital with, she had liver disease, and while she was in the hospital, she developed pneumonia, and that's what killed her. I mean, 18 brothers and sisters, and now I don't know what killed all of them. Maybe it was cancer that killed some of them, but I mean, I don't stay in contact with them, but if it was, I would have known it. My oldest full-blooded brother, he died from somebody knocking him in the head and killing him. He couldn't stay out of jail, and he couldn't stay off drugs. He got into a bad drug deal. He had a plate in his head from a car accident, and somebody out in Reno, Nevada knocked him in the head and killed him. And then my oldest sister, she died from just natural causes, because now if anybody had cancer, she would have. She only had one lung. She smoked like a steam engine. And she was sitting in the house when she had just gotten home from work. I used to take care of her kids. I was only 12, 13 years old before I left home. I left home first time 14, 15 years the second time. She says, my chest hurts. I said, well, let me call the doctor. And while I was on the phone to, back then we didn't have 911, we just called the hospital. And while I was on the phone, she hadn't, we thought she was having a heart attack. And she said, I can't breathe. She just passed out. Well, she had a collapsed lung, and it collapsed so bad that they couldn't blow it back up, so they had to do emergency surgery to take it out. And she still wouldn't quit smoking. She still smoked. I mean, she would smoke one right. She would go one room to the next, leave a cigarette burning in the ashtray, and go to the next room and light up another one. Now, I would follow behind her and put them out. I told her, I said, you need to quit, sis. She talked my dad into quitting, and it killed him. He died 2 days after he quit smoking. All right, well, that's drying out, so I better get out there and get it, get it rinsed off. Back in a little bit. Bye. Now, I don't know if you can see that or not. That's the difference in with and without that. Awesome. And it cleaned it up pretty good, didn't it? It didn't get all of it. I don't expect to get all of it. If I want to get all of it, I'd put it in the sandblaster. But anyway, now I'll be putting it back in the shop. And I'll probably be blinding you, so I'm going to have to cut you off. Talk to you in a little bit. Bye.